And I have seen those properties when you enter, you want to cry.
The whole furnishing process, if you think about it, since the last 100 years has not evolved, dragging your own body left and right in a showroom, but rather going through the website, going left and right, or maybe this item, maybe I also add the curtains, maybe the lighting. Would you think this lighting will fit with this? Let me put it next to each other on 2 different pages. It's very convenient.
She said, Xenia, before renting it, I want to live there myself. What I've learned in life, any single movement creates the consequences of post-action and reactions and results, and literally that's how life is unfolding.
And I truly believe that anyone should have, not could have, but should have a beautiful home. And that it shouldn't be so tough to achieve. It shouldn't be so painful. It shouldn't be so costly. You need to fight. There will be highs and lows because you will win some fights, you will lose some. If you understand yourself, then there is no way you're going to waste your time.
And that's one of the reasons why I decided to open podcast, because I really love talking and understanding the personalities of people who actually have the drive and have the passion. A few years ago, one of my regular investors decided to furnish their apartment in Dubai. I think it was Business Bay. And at that point, it was really, really busy time for me that I really was looking for partners who could help me to do that. As you know, furnishing apartment, it takes taste, it takes attention to details, and of course, time is the most important. That's how I actually met Tuka Dubai, which surprisingly for me was the fastest and most budget-on provider for furnishing. Recently, and luckily, I have met the CEO and co-founder of Tuka Dubai, Iman Masfak. So please welcome Iman. Thank you so much for joining. It was really a pleasure. And to be honest, I really want to mention the how universe works. I was just thinking 3, maybe 4 weeks ago, once I was furnishing one of the apartments for my clients, I thought I need to know who is the person who invented this amazing setup, the packages, the fact how quick things happen and how really professional it happens, because I had experiences with other similar companies, I would say, and it wasn't really close even to that. So I'm happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here with you today and to meet a very happy customer, Tuka customer.
Yes, I'm a customer and also a partner, you would say, from that point.
For sure.
What I really wanted to ask you, even at the point of time before even I had podcasts going on, how did you come up with the idea? How did you adjusted this idea in Dubai? How was it perceived by the landlords, agents, and the journey of Tuka from beginning until now?
Well, that's a lot of questions. Let me break it down. So I founded Tuka actually 5 years ago. When I moved to Dubai. It was right during COVID. And so we all, I think, remember this,
we do.
This very crazy time of life. During that time, I realized how important homes were for people, right? For myself, but also for everyone.
Because people were stuck there for a period of time.
Correct. We were literally 24/7 stuck in our homes. And having gone myself through the painful process of furnishing a home and being very difficult to achieve a great design for the right price, as a former architect myself, I thought, how can I make a beautiful home accessible to everyone and anyone? So that's how Tuka was born. I thought, how can we basically create a home which will, like a furniture package, which will fit to everyone's home and provide different design options so that the people can choose from. All that for the right price.
The most important point.
Yeah, of course, because as I mentioned before, when I went myself through the furnishing experience, I had the budget in mind, obviously. It's always the case, right? We most of the time.
And our clients do. They tell, don't go more than this.
And so, of course, price was a big component for me to launch this idea, like having great designs for the right price and making the whole furnishing experience fast and hassle-free. So basically, literally reinventing the whole furnishing experience.
Right. Yes, and I could see how personalized it is because you get totally different layouts.
Where the idea was coming from. I'm a former architect, so I studied all the layouts of the buildings in the UAE. Luckily, the data is available. So because Dubai has a very standardized layouts, I was able to literally study and size every item to be able to make it fit to any property type. So as you mentioned, you have, for example, a layout that you want to share with our team. We have a record of all the layouts in the UAE.
That's what I was amazed with.
People think that every home is very unique in terms of layout, whereas if you're actually going deep into studying those layouts, you realize that there is a pattern and that there is only so much variation that you can make to furnish a home. At the end of the day, the TV plug is on that side of the wall. You need the TV to be plugged. Coming back also to your first question, how Tuka was born and how the concept works. I founded it 5 years ago, knowing all the components that will come into place to make it happen.
Right.
So coming from that angle and knowing also my previous background, it made sense to create those packages in a way where it would fit perfectly to any home type. And the beauty about it is that you can just order it with one click. So that's why I'm referring to literally reinventing the whole furnishing experience, is because you get a package that will fit perfectly to your property, no matter where it is placed. Like, for example, you mentioned those new buildings, which are smaller than the usual. Because we have a record of all the layout, we're going to tell you here, you should go for the studio package, even though you have a 1-bedroom apartment, because this is a new building which has been built, and we know very well that building, and we have interior designers, and we have architects who are able to tell you exactly what fits in that property. So it would be our studio package. You just need to select the style.
So you don't follow like, oh, it's a 1-bedroom, so let's drop the 1-bedroom sizes, right? You would look at the fact that it's a 1-bedroom with a studio
so first,
size.
By now, our team knows all the buildings in the UAE. So you just need to say, I'm furnishing a 1-bedroom in Vira residence in Damak, and they will be able to tell you, here is the studio package for that specific property. But yeah, of course, it comes down to having experience, but also understanding how to create those packages to make them fit to everyone's
I feel like
property.
your experience, the architect experience, as you mentioned, it's really playing, grand role in that, because I, as a real estate person, I could sense the difference between the two companies operating in a way and understanding who has the deeper knowledge of the market and the details that are important, because who is going to be the one advertising this property later on and renting it for, for my clients? That's me. And for me, it's crucial to make sure that everything stands on the right place. The picture will look amazing on the portal, and also it will be comfortable for people to move in and to have their functional space, to have everything around in the right way. But unfortunately, as I said, I was amazed with Tuka, because I didn't find it as an experience with other companies where they try to be more as online shopping for furniture, but not that personalized touch where you would know the layout exactly, and you would, because most of the people who is furnishing, and that's why it's online, because they're outside the country. It's all remote purchasing.
Interesting.
Because you have the service of, if I'm not mistaken, the staging as well, right? Where someone comes, fix it, and
staging in terms of assembling.
Right.
Yeah. We do. So again, I don't know truly about other companies, because Tuka was the first company introducing this new way of shopping. The reason why it is convenient, again, it's because you have this pre-made package that is very transparent. It's on our website. You can see the different styles that you can choose from. You see exactly the amount of items that you get. You have very detailed pictures for every single item that you get. You just need to click on add to cart, and you receive everything literally within less than a week, and you achieve a great design at the end, which you most probably will not be able to achieve on your own, or for going through a very painful process. I don't know if you have.
I would say time consuming and painful.
Exactly. You probably furnished on your own, I guess.
Yes, I did, yeah.
At least one property.
It took me a month or 2 or 3.
So for me, when I furnished on my own, it looked like me starting to work, having to spend weeks already to find a great property. If I had amazing real estate agents such as you, you would have been faster.
Or if we had Tuka at that time.
So you have to find first the property that you're going to rent out. Once this is locked in, you need then to furnish it. There you need to go through showrooms, different showrooms, obviously, because you want to see the different options. It's not all in front of you like obvious.
Yeah.
So then you need to check the different prices point while thinking of the interior design that you want to achieve, mixing and matching different pieces, being able to make sure that they fit together while thinking of the dimensions so that it fits perfectly to your property. Once this is done, which is like not even half of the job, you need then to order, schedule the deliveries to happen on a certain day where you're available to receive them.
Oh, yeah.
And then assemble it and then place it in the property. So the whole furnishing process, if you think about it, since the last 100 years has not evolved. Like the furniture industry has not evolved.
Yeah.
So really what I tried to do 5 years ago is actually trying to push the boundaries where it comes to that, to be able to provide a complete different furnishing experience, which is hassle-free, which has great value in terms of pricing. That's why we're online. And which also enables the customer to be very, very happy with the interior design that they get. Like they literally get designs that they could most of the time not achieve on their own, getting the items from different shop, not really knowing how it will fit together.
And the fact even of a delivery when it's separate items which are ordered, right? It would be like you can't really leave the house. You have to sit there and wait until, and also you have to control, because so many times recently I had to order a TV for one apartment with they call it mount, which is attachment to the wall, so the apartment, so the TV can move like this. Actually, because I don't have experience, I ordered the different one. The TV was too small for it. So, you know what I mean? Those type of details, and we had to figure out of the solution. The people who came to fix it, thanks God, they had some tools which actually are not supposed to have even. So, you know, when it comes to gathering all different options, you don't even know, because sometimes people think, oh, I'll just invite somebody and then they're going to put it together. But it's not working like that. First of all, you would not be able to get always the fitting options together, because the set can be the set or can be not set, right? It could be totally different from the different shops maybe. This is the thing which is, again, comes back to the time, comes back to the convenience. What I also noticed from your presence and from the Tuka presence, that when I was just checking the guys when they were putting things together, once I ordered your packages, you appeared yourself in the apartment. And I was like, you remember, that's how we actually met. And I was surprised that you personally went to see, to check what's going on, how things are going, and if there is anything that, you know, maybe concerns or whatever. This was really like for me.
So I think it comes actually with the responsibility of reshaping an industry. I mean, like literally when you try to create a new way of shopping, a new experience for customers in a very established field, you also have to come a long way when it comes to customer satisfaction, obviously.
100%.
At Tuka, we're customer obsessed, literally. All my teams,
so
they
good
know.
To hear that.
If you speak with them one day, the main goal of Tuka is customer satisfaction. We're customer obsessed, and that comes from my side, meeting with previous customers. So once someone orders a package, I think maybe by now once or twice a week at least, I show up to furnishings and I speak with the customer and I understand how was the experience, why they choose Tuka, how they like their designs, and what is missing also maybe in their home. You never know. Right. So I have actually a funny story that I just remember now. Back then, I met a British couple who just relocated from the UK, and they had a newborn baby. I came to their villa and I met with them, asked them the usual, how was the furnishing experience and everything. And they told me that the finishing experience was amazing. They were so happy with the furniture. Talking with the mom, the mom of this cute baby, and she was like, "Look, it's summer. It's very hot. I need to work sometimes, and so the baby stays at home. I need to breastfeed my kid." And unfortunately, you don't have appliances. So I had to go to a showroom. And then it took me literally hours to find the right size and dimension of item and then order it. And
That's
then the same furnishing experience comes into place because it also applies to other items, not only furniture. So there she had to order. It took 1 week. She had to be there on at the time of the delivery and so on. And so she told me it was very difficult because during a week she was having issues not having a fridge, for example, for to put the milk milk of the baby to breastfeed him. And there, I just went back to the office and I thought to myself, how to make, again, a step forward, an extra push in the services that Tuka provides to be able to truly enable the customer to have a one-stop shop where they don't need at all to deal with anything related to their homes. And fun fact, there is actually some companies which got inspired, such as Danube. They now provide also appliances. I think it's always great to meet with customers. That's how you get inspired further. That's how you progress. That's how you evolve. And that's why also you reflect on the services and products that you're providing. And so, yeah, you will probably see me again on other furnishings in the future.
And that's the amazing thing which I've been watching over years, where it was maybe 2 or 3 packages only. At the moment when I keep opening the website, I can see that you are growing and growing. There is more. Yes, there is appliances. Now there are more, I think, extra stuff also.
We have a very wide range of products. We have curtains, appliances, mattresses, a wide range of mattresses, lighting.
Right.
So we are always expanding.
Really, because curtains is a package now. How to, you know what I mean? It's the same story. Like imagine finishing one thing and then going and asking again for people to come, asking to measure it. So once we've done everything in one basically day,
it's a one-stop shop where you can get anything related to your home and all in one click. That's, I think, the most important component because, again, you could go to a one-stop shop in a very painful way.
Yeah, 100%.
There you have everything listed. It's obvious. It's on the website. You can scroll back and forth without dragging your own body left and right in a showroom. But rather going through the website, going left and right, or maybe this item, maybe I also add the curtains, maybe the lighting. Would you think this lighting will fit with this? Let me put it next to each other on 2 different pages. It's very convenient. It's always a work in progress. As a company, you need always to move forward into, the products that you provide to your customers.
Like, how do you compete with the price? If generally anybody goes shopping for a same quality bed or like furniture itself, like sofas, I could sense it's a way much more expensive than what you're offering. I mean, how do you manage this? Because of the packages, is the bulk purchase, or,
Obviously, there is different components, but the main component when it comes to prices is the showroom. The showroom is a big cost component. Right. So we decided literally cut the showroom costs to provide a direct-to-consumer approach. That enables us to create great design, like literally designer pieces of furniture, and to provide it to the customer for a very affordable price.
Even my clients, they were asking, like, once the furniture has been received, how the quality is, because they know, like, if it's competitive in price, everybody's questioning where is the compromise. Is it on the quality, or is it on the showroom, or is it where, because every company has different structure and everyone is basically trying to cut costs at the place where they can.
Cost would never be compromised with quality, for sure not. And you have probably seen it yourself, but on our website, we share very, very detailed videos and pictures of every single item that you get. So we also invest a lot of time and energy to be able to showcase the products and the furniture to the customer in a very transparent way. So if you want to buy any item, you have a very detailed video which shows literally how the material looks like, how, if it's a sofa, how soft it is when you sit on it. So for us, quality is obviously a priority. And that's why, as you said, there is only so much cost that you can cut. You have to compromise on things. For us, the showroom was not a compromise. It was a choice, a thoughtful choice, a choice made to provide really the customer with the best options. So making a beautiful home accessible to everyone and anyone.
The designs are amazing. I could see, especially there's a dream kind of, this round sofas with it looks very fluffy, looks very like soft and comfortable. I could see that the designs added so many new varieties and the colors also. So like my favorite was the blue one.
Fusion taste.
Yeah, the fusion taste. So even the name itself is like
it's poetic, right?
Poetic, yeah, exactly. And it's funny that I had clients from Kazakhstan and blue is their favorite color of the country. Literally, it's they love it. When I showed them this on the display, they said, "Yes, this is the one." I thought, because we have international environment over here.
Exactly, for sure.
Yeah, and that you adjust to taste too, because somebody like really simple, somebody like really like luxury kind of style.
Exactly. So not only there is different price points. So we have very premium packages with marble top dining and coffee table, with wooden tables, with premium fabric, like very soft boucle fabric or extended headboards, so really luxurious premium styles. And then we have more affordable options, budget friendly, I would call it. But what we don't compromise on is the quality of design. So even if you would go for a more affordable option, you would still end up with a very stylish and very thought through design. So you mentioned, for example, the fusion taste is one of our affordable options, so budget friendly. The designers have really worked hard to make the design look really upgraded thanks to the colors.
Yes.
So for example, as you said, you have a blue sofa, a royal blue sofa, and you have some popping colors like the cushions, which are yellow, orangish.
Yeah.
So they really put together items which look like with a lot of taste. So independently from the price, designs will anyway look great. In my opinion, at least, and in our customers' opinion.
And the thing is, that me as a real estate, professional, I can add that the rental prices of that particular property where the furniture looks great, it looks new. The last one which you've seen we have furnished has such a vacation vibe, the beach vibe, something that is like you enter. And when I sent it, the owners are outside the country. She said, Xenia, before renting it, I want to live there myself. Can we just keep it till September? The weather gets better and I just want to come.
Well, you made my day.
Those small details and the fact that you have inserted so much attention into the designs, it does bring the value up of the rental.
Yeah.
And why do owners furnishing in Dubai, 80% of the owners are outside the country.
Yeah. True.
So most of them, they are taking and investing in the property to rent it out. We are also advising, like if you want to rent it on a higher level, and of course you have to make life easier of that person who is moving in. It just puts the bags and that's it.
True.
Everything is there.
Actually, that was one of my experiences also 5 years ago when I moved to Dubai. As anyone newly moving to Dubai, first considering furnished properties, there was no good options, to be very transparent with you. Even sometimes prime locations were furnished in a very disappointing way. Yeah. That also nurtured my idea of providing those packages, not only for tenants, not only for holiday homes, real estate companies, but also for landlords, literally trying to rent their properties for a higher price. On that side, we have great feedbacks. We truly help the landlords to increase their rental income through furnishing it for. Yeah. And the funny part again is that for them, it's not so much of an investment thanks to the affordable options that we provide, while not compromising on the design.
And even if you open portal and if you see one after the other, the listings of the properties, even in one tower, you see the one which is furnished gonna go first.
Yeah.
And also there is a very big flow of people who just came to Dubai for 3 to 4 months during the winter time. So they always rent fully furnished apartments.
Actually, I'm also close to my sales team. They make also a report of the interaction with the customers. Potential tenants literally referred Tuka to the landlord saying, please furnish your property with
So I
Tuka
can live like a...
with that specific package so that I rent out your property.
Oh, wow.
Not kidding.
Oh, wow.
So
Amazing.
I was there. I was like, wow, it's very interesting. So the landlord comes to us and says, look, my tenant, he wants to rent out potentially my property for that price, but he wants it furnished. So, they make an agreement between them. But I thought back then it was funny that it came actually not from the landlord, but the tenant himself.
Because to be honest, some landlords, they have still, I would call it old-fashioned mindset that, anyways, I'm furnishing this. People are going to use it. They're going to break it. So I'm just putting the whatever furniture there. I'm not going to, buy something expensive. And I have seen those properties when you enter. You want to cry. It's first thing because it's impossible to show the people who are requesting. Maybe the property is amazing, but the furniture is...
But that's the point. It doesn't even cost them more. I think the old school way of thinking is that, okay, I'm going to take very cheap furniture.
Yes.
So that it doesn't cost me too much and they don't really care about the design. But what Tuka stands for is literally that it doesn't need to be expensive to look nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Like literally it doesn't need to be expensive to look nice.
That's what people think, like, oh, wow, it looks great. Then most probably it's going to be like 20, 40, 50,000 for it.
And it doesn't. It doesn't. It's about the right choice of items, put it together, the right balance of colors. And thankfully we have a great interior design team which puts together those very nicely designed furniture packages, yet being able to provide it for a very affordable price.
Would you say your customers are more the landlords or more the agents who refer or the tenants who refer the landlords? Like, what is the percentage of who is actually requesting furnishes in Dubai?
Honestly, that's very wide. There is not a specific category which...
You can't say statistically one more or less.
No, honestly not. Especially since... for example, on our website, we have like hundreds of thousands of visitors. We know the profile maybe in a second stage once the property is actually furnished. Most of the time, they just order online, they get the furniture, and afterwards, maybe if my sales team needs to tell them, hey, your property has been furnished, and then they give a feedback such as, oh yeah, thank you, I'm going to move in there today, or oh, I'm going to be able to rent out this property. There we understand, okay, it's a landlord, it's a tenants. So it's very different. But what is interesting is just Tuka is able to provide the requirements to any customer type. So for example, when it comes to a tenant, they move to Dubai, they don't have a lot of time to furnish their properties because they start their job. As I mentioned, they spend already so much time finding the right properties for them. They just love the fact that they can get everything with one click and set up while they're at work most of the time even. So they leave for work at 9 a.m., they unlock the door of the property at 6 p.m. They come back and it's fully furnished and they literally can just sleep in their home. When it comes to a landlord, they obviously, as you mentioned, are most of the time abroad. So they are not even available to deal with any of those things. There again, online, everything is very transparent for them. There is no hidden cost. They can literally select from there and they know exactly what will be delivered in their property. When it comes to holiday homes, because we also work with holiday home companies, they have very specific requirements to fit to the DTCM. Their core business is obviously managing the properties, but when it comes to furnishing, it's a whole new level of involvement, I would say. So they're having a company which is able to tell them beforehand how much the final cost will be without, again, having to think, maybe later the curtains, it's going to be this or this lighting. No, here it is. To fully furnish this property and that building, here it is. It is on the website. Real estate agent, they're working in a business field which is very customer oriented. It's also, your client is your priority. You need to provide end-to-end solutions to them. So I would say for that, you're very close to Tuka, you're customer obsessed.
for us in real estate, it's always about years. It's about repeated business. It's about long-term relationship. And if at some point you can't manage certain things, you're going to lose. The competition is high.
Exactly. And there we actually were able to find synergies in the businesses, because we are obviously there to fully furnish the property for them,
and we have to rely on the partner.
And they find there a very reliable company, which takes the whole hassle not only from them but also from their clients. So through that furnishing experience, they're able also to provide a great customer experience, client experience. We also love to hear feedback such as you, but with other real estate agents also that are very happy to be able to rely on a trustworthy company, which provides an end-to-end solution to their clients.
What I've learned in life, any single movement creates the consequences of post-action and reactions and results, and literally that's how life is unfolding. So when you say relying, what means relying? Relying is providing a good option. And then when it comes to investment returns, that's where you hit higher. And that's where you actually, we as agents who promise higher returns for investment for our buyers, with that packages, we are able to provide definitely higher, because I have compared already many times the business opportunities that I get, because sometimes it's the executive people who are coming to rent a property for even 6 months or 1 year. When they see that furniture, they're like, oh yeah, I'm taking it. Like all other options which are not on that level, they just don't want to touch it. Even 80% of people in Dubai are working 24/7.
Yeah.
So they want to have a comfortable home. They want to have everything at the spot, and appliances, by the way, is one of them. Sometimes you enter the apartment, there's a hole in the kitchen, nothing there.
It can
is
be
it for
scary.
washing machine, or is it for dishwasher, is it for what?
Exactly.
For oven. So and for men, usually, it's very difficult. They look at you like, so it's supposed to come in this place. Like, we're going to figure out, don't worry about that. It's a very mutual process. And again, very thankful and happy that you guys are existing. So our life can be easier. And I can definitely recommend it to every real estate in Dubai, because Tuka has been trusted, tried, satisfying service. And do we see Tuka expanding more? Are you gonna maybe try to move towards like Ras Al Khaimah, Abu Dhabi, all of these things, or for now?
Actually,
Dubai
we do. I mean, we are already operating. We operate all over the Emirates. We operate in Abu Dhabi, in Ras Al Khaimah, in Ajman, all the Emirates currently. It is actually in the scrolling bar when you put the Emirates option for delivery.
Maybe because I didn't have the properties there.
Right?
So once I'm gonna like, do they have?
Now you can. Go there, get clients.
100%.
Now we are expanding to Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
So that's
it's a new market. Would you say it's a new big market? 100%,
It is 100%, and we also see a lot of requests coming from potential customers.
Is it like from expats mainly, or locals?
It's again same, locals, expats, same as in Dubai. To be transparent with you. We actually have a lot of locals buying Tuka packages. Actually, I think on our social media, we posted some. I was very happy to hear that locals who were born and raised in the UAE, who know obviously everything so well and the market so well, found a value in Tuka as well, which shows how much we reshaped the furnishing experience.
People always look at the price. People always look at the time, especially in Dubai. And also, it's a Dubai thing. The online purchasing, I don't know where else in the world we have that.
It exists, but the thing is how. Always, it's how. So I think that we found a way to really show the customer what value they have in ordering through Tuka, which is not only you get the full package, the full transparency on the prices, the amazing design, and all delivered without hassle. When it comes to the Saudi Arabia, there is locals, there is expats. So we're very excited about providing beautiful homes there
and the
too.
road is long, you've got Qatar, you've got Kuwait, Bahrain, you've got so many locations
Inshallah.
to grow. I mean, GCC countries, I think each one of them wants to develop more and more. And I think even ourselves, at some point, we're going to maybe spread our services to Saudi Arabia, because I already got a few people asking how's the market there. Maybe it's a good, kind of a virgin kind of thing to invest in it, expecting high returns as well. We haven't started yet deep into that, but to be honest, we are looking at that as well.
At the end, it all comes down to not only how exciting is new opportunities for new markets and expansion, but also, and rather, I would say, your goal as a business person, but also as a person, and how are you now achieving those goals? So, for example, for me, when I look back like 5 years ago, I truly wanted to give a hassle-free experience to people. And I truly believed that anyone should have, not could have, but should have a beautiful home. And that it shouldn't be so tough to achieve. It shouldn't be so painful. It shouldn't be so costly. Because it often comes at a cost.
True.
So I was mentioning, for example, marble tables that we have in some packages. Like if you go on the market now, try to get a simple marble table, you would spend half the price of a package with Tuka.
Apartment even.
So I truly believed in the idea that anyone should have a beautiful home, and that it should be accessible, and that it's possible to achieve that. It's just about making it happen for the people. So now when I think about other market, what I think about mainly is truly how exciting it is that there we're going to have an impact on people's daily life, because at the end of the day, they literally live in those places every day. So they enjoy Tuka furniture. They probably think of us maybe once in a while chilling in their living room.
I would say a lot more, because every time I think they get into the soft,
it was easy.
Yeah, it was really, because I'm telling you, like every time I enter the apartment, the one we have on the Marbridge front, I mean, it's such a vibe that you're coming into, and it takes like even I won't leave, because this is how.
And that's something we're very proud of, very very genuinely. Even the whole Tuka team. When they receive positive feedback from the customer, that's literally the fuel for them. It's literally how they want to work even more and go beyond and help the customer further. So when we receive like, oh, thank you, the house looks so stunning. I'm looking forward to move in. Like, it's priceless.
And it's also
truly
exciting that people coming into the new country, a lot of expats moving in right now. I see a lot of Europeans moving to Dubai. And then imagine like having that whole package worked perfectly, like when you have a new nice apartment that you love, and then plus as a bonus you get the full packaged furniture, which is also beautiful. Now I'm usually asking most of my guests, because I usually make interviews with people who are owning their businesses. What would you recommend to people who are starting up new in Dubai? Maybe they want to open business. Do you have any kind of 2, 3 maybe, like tips, life hacks of, how to start?
I think what is important when you move to Dubai and want to open a business, I think first is to really study the business that you want to launch. So for me, it took me months to study all the layouts, come up with different sizes which would fit to a studio, a 1-bedroom, a villa, styles which would fit to different taste and personas. So a couple, a single woman, a family with kids, and different culture, obviously.
Oh, that's
so. For a person starting a business, I would say really take time to study the business. That's number one. Number two, I would say consistency. It's not easy, obviously, to start anything new. Like, let it be a business, even changes in your life, to be honest. I'm gonna go beyond the business. Like, any change in your life is obviously not easy. And I think what is important to remember always, you just need to go through it to get to a better stage. So it's going to be hard. You just need to accept it.
There is no pill that you just take and it's all working by itself.
I think of it, to be honest, personally, I think of life as a fight.
Oh.
That helps me to keep going because I just know it's a fight. You need to fight. There will be highs and lows because you will win some fights, you will lose some others.
So true.
But as long as you think that life is a fight, that you need to wake up every day and keep going and keep doing the things and being very consistent in what you're doing, because at some point it's going to for sure end up in something. There is no way you spend hundreds of hours on something which ends up in nothing. At least what you get out of it is experience. The minimum that you could get out of it is experience and knowledge that you could apply to something else. So secondly, consistency for sure, and mindset of being a fighter. I mean, I could go on for hours, but I think that could already be a good start.
That's a good start, yeah, for sure, because that's what most of the people are missing. And because online there is a lot of discussions now that you just start your own, but how to start, where to take that discipline and that consistency which you're talking about, a lot of people just don't have it in their personality even.
True.
But everybody wants to be the business owner, everybody wants to have how many figures, like 6, 7, 8 figures business coming in, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that's the goal for a lot of people. I think as a human, you just need to understand what works for you. If you understand yourself, then there is no way you're going to waste your time in anything. Like if you think it's for you to be an entrepreneur and make a startup and you have a great idea and you think it's in your personality to be consistent, to be a fighter, to just keep going no matter what, to study everything you're doing, then go for it. I know there is a trend around entrepreneurs and startups and owning your own business, but I think what is important is for people to know themselves and understand that you don't have to. If that's not in your temper, if that's not what you want to go through, because it doesn't mean that it's tougher than other jobs. Like there is thousands of
other things.
Very tough jobs out there. But creating and starting your own business, even more if it's a new idea, like kind of a concept which is reshaping a little bit an industry, there I would just literally advise to get there by knowing yourself, knowing that you can fight for this and just give what you have.
And you know what I've noticed is whoever people I spoke to, including you, there is a big passion behind this.
Yes.
Because I don't think you can drive forward without having that energy as a passion to the idea, having that idea in a mixture with loving to do that and seeing a genuine value. Because I think also as a sales, I see a lot of people failing in sales because they don't believe in the process. Like they just look for the outcome and the result, which is the money. Obviously, when it comes to real estate, a lot of people really think like, I'm going to just sell now 3 penthouses and retire. And this is what a lot of people are thinking. So, and I always, when I had my team, like, we discussed all of these things about how to succeed in sales. I said, you have to love people. If you don't love people, if you are not able to think of their satisfaction, first of all, you can't, because this is what you have to get from them. The happiness that they get once they are having their amazing investment. And when I see my investors saying, wow, that was like when property goes double in price after a while. And for me, this is another point, right? For you is the comfort that you see your customers coming in their homes. For me is the money that they receive. But what am I more addicted to? Of course, the fact that they are happy. I'm enjoying meeting this type of people, and everyone is a story. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I decided to open podcast, because I really love talking and understanding the personalities of people who actually have the drive and have the passion. It's not necessarily should be actually their own startup or their own business, but there is something in personality that is totally different from someone who doesn't have a purpose in life or doesn't feel like, maybe it takes time for everyone to find their path. And that's one of the reasons also I want to inspire everyone that, okay, maybe you have an idea, but you didn't think through, you didn't plan it in the right way, and and that's why it didn't happen. But look at the other people who actually took the action on that, and then it starts going.
I mean, for sure, I think you're lucky if you're naturally driven by a passion. I understand that it's not the case for everyone, and I'm pretty sure that there is a lot of entrepreneurs and startups which were created without particularly having a passion out of the business. I mean, there is a lot of businesses which are not particularly
also true, but
passionate.
but I think the world is moving to the direction of businesses that are passionate.
I think it's you're very lucky if you are able to create a business which includes a passion and where you really truly have a goal with drive. Like, for example, when it comes to me, as I said, it's really creating a beautiful home accessible to everyone and anyone. And then everything is nurturing this idea from me. I'm very lucky, actually, that I'm passionate about that.
You are.
I'm very grateful for that because this is my drive. It was a new concept 5 years ago. It was not existing. Tuka was the first one creating this way of shopping. When there is a new thing coming, obviously sometimes there is like some pushback, I would say, sometimes from the customers who are not, familiar with this way of shopping. So there, it's very tough. Those are the tough moments where you need to build the business, and so you need to convince and you need to show and you need to create literally fans of your brand, so to say.
You have to, I call it the turning the wheel until it starts turning itself. And you have to push.
And there you better be driven. I compare it to, I don't know, like 8-10 years ago, for example, I wouldn't be a person who would particularly order food online. Like I thought I want to have the restaurant experience, or I would rather than cook.
Right.
Potentially the order will come cold. I'm not gonna like it. So not gonna go for it. And then you try it, you see, oh, it's actually saving me a lot of time. I just came back from a very busy day at work. I just had in one click to order something. It came hot. The taste was amazing, probably tastier than what I could have cooked myself. And there you're like, oh, okay, it's actually very convenient, affordable, very tasty. And the conveniency of it just makes you become naturally a customer. So now I end up per week, I don't know, ordering a couple of times per week. I link that a lot with Tuka because the customers obviously at the beginning had, some pre-made ideas of how I'm going to order online, a full apartment. And then 1-2 trusted Tuka, they went for it and they were so happy about the outcome. They were so happy about the quality of the furniture, about the design that they could probably not have achieved on their own, especially not for that price and not for the time they have saved for sure.
Time is everything.
And there they just spread the words. And that's how, you start really creating impact as a company.
And I'll tell you, at some point, you'll be just working on referrals. You don't need advertisement anymore because that's how it works in our business. If you really, just being good in what you're doing.
We do already. I mean, there is so many customers who refer friends, who refer their landlords, as I told you earlier, like literally they tell their landlords, go and buy it.
Right.
So it works, of course, with referrals, but mainly the hundreds of thousands of visitors on our website.
And I can see your beautiful videos on Instagram also.
Thank you.
Amazing. Because I know how hard it is. I know how tough job is that because myself, I'm so much into social media. I know the process of shooting a nice video. It's a tough job, but it's so rewarding at the end because people are gonna have a glimpse of where are you going, what type of property you're furnishing, what is the situation, the case itself. So it's really great
there the
to see
purpose was truly, again, being very transparent and showing this transparency. What is Tuka providing, how it's providing it, and how are the products. So we have customer video feedback on the Instagram where I meet with the customer again and they're on their sofa enjoying the sofa and saying how much they love it and why. There is videos where I appear myself indeed, where I explain the home story, I call it, because again, I'm very customer obsessed. So for me, it's about the home story. This person moved from there to here, and then they had kids and they wanted this. So I like to give the context behind the customer and what is the outcome out of it, which is very happy and grateful customers. So and there is also on a daily basis ongoing furnishings. So So we have a marketing team which is following our operations teams, and they show how everything is put into place, how is the end result.
I think the more information people have about the process, those who are still doubting if online experience will be good or bad, like when the more details you're showing online, the more, because everyone is on the phone right now and social media,
Right.
it's a fact. Iman, time flies so fast.
Yeah.
We actually almost done with 1 hour.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. It was indeed a pleasure, and I'm going to continue recommending and using the services. I wish you best of luck with more orders, more satisfied people.
Thank you.
And just growing.
Thank
Whole
you.
Middle East should be yours.
Inshallah. And we'll meet again probably on
100%.
coming furnishings.
Okay,
Thank you for having me.